Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. Any position works. You could be sitting in a chair, you can even be lying down. You really just want to find a spot that works for you, preferably an upright back. It helps the breathing process. And also you want to find something you don't want to shift around too much in, where you feel like you need to move and you're antsy. Just a nice, still, seated position, if possible, but find what works for you. We also keep our eyes open during this meditation practice. But of course, if you have learned to practice with your eyes closed, feel free to do so. However, I would encourage you not to. We don't want to close anything off here. We're not hiding. We're not going inside. We're just becoming clear about what already is, not changing a thing. So if your eyes are open, go ahead and just drop them down below you, lightly looking at the floor or the desk or whatever it is that is below you. If you're seated on the floor, you want to look about a foot out in front of you, just lightly glaring downwards. We're not staring or analyzing anything, but we're also not blurry and buzzy. We just have a nice, light, clear gaze directed downward. You're in a comfortable position, and your eyes are open and down. Just settle down right here. Let all the chaos of your day go and just remain here. And notice how when you just sit here, your body and the nervous system start to relax automatically. Let this happen. Let your body and your nervous system settle down all by itself. Noticing any tension in the body, any tightness or stiffness. And just bring your attention to these areas that are tight or stiff and just consciously let them relax. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. And no one to become. There's no special experience to be had. There's no clearing the mind. Just drop all intentions and future contemplation. and remain right here as you already are. You are enough right now. Even if you don't feel like you are. Just sink completely and rest fully into this moment, just as it is. And I'm probably catching you in the middle of a conversation in your head. You were thinking, which is normal. Maybe you were planning something or remembering something, worried about work. But notice how when we start to think and contemplate, we lose that relaxation. We lose our connection with the present moment. But the truth is that we're never disconnected from the present moment. Because there's not two. There's not a you and the present moment to be connected to. This is all thinking. But because our attention is in thought, we lose the view. So that's why it's useful to, instead of paying attention to thoughts, we pay attention to something that's easy to pay attention to. Something that can only happen now. And that, of course, is traditionally the coming and going sensations of the breath. Notice how your attention is situated in your forehead, as if you sit behind your eyes, directing attention outward. And your body is below you. And see if you can just drop this view down into the lower belly, below the belly button. Just notice this area here. Notice the sensations. Watch how when the breath comes in, the lower belly expands. And as the breath departs, it relaxes. Instead of paying attention to thinking, bring your attention gently to the coming and going sensations of the breath in the lower belly. Do this as effortlessly as you can. And again, I'm probably interrupting you thinking, but it's important here to not push your thoughts away. Don't ignore them. Don't do anything with them. Allow them to come and go as they please, no matter the thought. Your only job is to keep returning to the lower belly and watching the breath. Come back. Come back to the breath. Lower belly. Are you thinking? You got lost again, but this is okay. Instead of returning to the breath here, inquire this: what exactly gets lost in thought, then returns to the breath? What is that? Something gets lost in thinking, it gets distracted, then it comes back to breathing. But what is pointing attention? We call this me or I. But is this I or me real? Does it have a center? In the same way that you found the breath, look for the looker. Find the one that gets distracted. What are you? Look carefully. It's on the surface. Stop thinking about it. What sees thinking? In the same way you found the breath, find the one that hears this voice. Find the one that looks and sees thinking. What are you? Really? And if you don't understand, stay. All right, you can look at the screen. You know, there's a kind of a nuanced point that I wanted to make today that a lot of you may be going through. And it's something that affected me, but I've noticed affect my fellow meditation friends. Call them Dharma brothers and sisters. And that is the feeling of inadequacy. When you sit for a long period or just even a short period of time in meditation, you really start to see through the veil of thinking. You start to just completely open up. There's a very sincere and honest sense of peace and well-being that kind of replaces those thought forms. It just thinking goes away, and then there's just this sense of and happiness. Not really the right word, but and for a lot of people at that point, let's say at the end of the meditation where I ask you to look for the looker, you may look, and then there might just be this clarity, and then this feeling of wellness. But then there's a thought that comes by and goes, I don't deserve this. Or I'm not deserving of being this happy. There's almost a guilt that arises from feeling good. And it's because we spent our whole lives attached to suffering. We almost don't know what we are unless we're hurting. My anxiety, my depression, my problems, my this. We just wrap our self-identity in it. And then when we look for the one that is identified, we look for the one we think we are, the one looking at this video, and we don't see it, and then it goes, oh wait, I can't be that happy. I didn't do anything to get it. And it's true. Not this thought either. It's kind of a saying. Because when you sit in meditation, you can have 100 thoughts. Sometimes it's like a brilliant idea, and then you're distracted. You're like, oh, I really need to think about this right now. Or it's something like, I don't deserve this peace. But remember that there's just this thinking can be very subtle, it can be very loud. Like I'm thinking about this, I'm planning, and then when you kind of let go of this, you can go down, but there's subtle thinking. You almost don't hear it in words. It becomes imagery or, just a subconscious, what's the word I'm looking for? Temperament. Like, this is not me. I can't do this. This isn't it. Keep going. Oh, or the other worst one that people run into is, oh, this is enlightenment. I'm awake now. It's another hindrance. It's just thoughts. It's all thinking that we need to see through. And you deserve it. Not your little separate self. You deserve it because you already are peace itself. It's inherent. It was given to you at birth. You are enough. Just let go and find out for yourself. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for showing up for your life. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow.